Hey guys, this is Jason Barton with the Appalachian Project, and let's take a quick tour of Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. Here we go.
Cliffs and rocks, home with a panther, bear and fox. Yes, Cumberland with its cliffs and rocks.
The old Cumberland Gap Inn. I haven't stayed in this little place, but I may stay here tonight. I'm not sure. I'm heading down to Middlesboro, Kentucky for the afternoon, and I need a place to stay. I thought about staying in Middlesboro, but hey, I may come back and stay in the old Cumberland Gap Inn. Heard Daniel Boone stayed there when he came through, so that's one historic fact for you folks.
Cumberland Gap is a mighty fine place, 3 kinds of water to wash your face. Cumberland Gap is a mighty fine place, 3 kinds of water.
It's a place right up here that I've ate a few times. Angelo's in the Gap. There's the Pineapple Tea Room. They have a bunch of neat little cafes and coffee shops down here now. Cumberland Gap Post Office, 37724. Here's Angelo's. Right there. Great place to eat. They have live music sometimes. Been down here several times, passing through. There's the old drugstore, which is exactly what it says on the sign, the old drugstore.
Cumberland Gap, way down yonder in the Cumberland Gap. Cumberland Gap, way down yonder in the Cumberland
For some of you guys that don't know, I actually grew up in Pineville, Kentucky, down in Bell County. Just such a neat little town.
Cumberland Gap with its cliffs and rocks, home with a panther, bear.
Beautiful church.
With its cliffs and rocks, home with a panther.
Beautiful church building. I'm not sure it's active. I'm assuming it's not. You see a window broken out of it, but
Cumberland Gap, way down yonder in the Cumberland Gap.
that's a neat little house there. The Old Mill Bed and Breakfast. There we go.
Cumberland Gap is a mighty fine
The
place.
Old Mill Bed and Breakfast. Really neat. Good place to stay. Says it's a historical building. I love that. I may have to stop in there a little later and check it out.
Cumberland Gap, way down yonder in the Cumberland Gap.
The Iron Furnace parking lot. Maybe you guys can shed some light on that. I guess it's a hiking trail to a location called the Iron Furnace. To be honest with you, I really don't know. I'll have to come back and check this out.
Cumberland Gap, way down yonder in the Cumberland Gap. Cumberland Gap, way down yonder in the Cumberland Gap.
Pinnacle pub, bar and grill. That sounds neat. There's a cool side view of this old mill. As you can see, there's a little stream that runs down side there. I'm sure at one time it was a working mill. Bicycle museum, that looks pretty cool. Very cute little church. I know someone was recently married there. Daniel Boone parking area. This is where Daniel Boone parked when he came down. Just pulled in here and parked. Hung out for a while, killed some bars. Really neat. They have this fixed up. This little trailhead that goes up in there. Hiking in the Gap. And that concludes our journey through Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. I'm sure if you guys haven't been there, you've probably heard of Cumberland Gap. Been a lot of songs wrote about it. It's been mentioned in a lot of songs. Just a very historical site. I'll do maybe a shot of the pinnacle that overlooks Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee if I make it up there this afternoon. Once again, this is Jason Barton with the Appalachian Project. Thank you guys and have a great day.